Hello friends, welcome to Doubt Forum. The question is, a rigid ball of mass m strikes a rigid wall at an angle of 60 degree and gets reflected without loss of speed as shown in the figure below. The value of impulse imparted by the wall on the ball will be, and this figure is given. Here what is happening, there is a ball of mass m and this ball is striking this wall with a velocity v and making an angle of 60 degree with the normal of this wall. So this is the normal of this wall. So this ball is making 60 degree. And what is happening in during this strike, the loss in speed is not taking place. So the speed with which this ball is reflecting is also v, and the angle formed here is 60 degree with the normal of this wall. So here this figure is given and we are asked to find the impulse imparted by this wall on the ball. So whether it is impulse imparted by the wall on the ball or by the ball on the wall, these two would be same because of the Newton's third law, only the direction would be different. So in order to find the impulse imparted, we need to understand the basic definition of impulse. So from the Newton's law, impulse is defined as the change in momentum. So here in this collision, we need to find the final momentum, Pf minus the initial momentum, Pi. And by simply taking this difference, we can find the value of impulse. I would like to explain a little bit about the momentum before I solve this problem. Momentum, which is represented by a letter P, it is given by the product of mass and velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity, so is the momentum. So if this collision is taking place, suppose there's any collision which takes place in a straight line, there's no angle formed during the collision. So here we need not to break its component or the component of momentum. But whenever there's an angle made, like in this case, there's an angle by which this ball is striking and reflecting. So what we need to do, we need to break the component of momentum and then we can subtract or take the difference. So let me make the diagram to just make you clear. So suppose this is the ball of mass m. This ball is striking the wall with a velocity v. So this angle would be 60 degree because this angle is 60 degree. So this angle would be 60 degree. So this would be the mv cos 60 of the momentum. Similarly, this would be the mv sin 30 sin 60. So this is the breakdown of the momentum before this ball hits the wall, and after hitting the ball, what is happening? This is the velocity v. So we can still break the momentum, like in these two, it's vertical and horizontal component. The mass is m, so this would be m times v. This component is making an angle of 60 degrees, so this will be mv cos 60. This would be the mv sin 60. Just like here, this is the one component, this is the other component. So I have just simply breaked it here. So here we can see that this component, suppose this is the positive direction, suppose we are taking this as the positive direction, so this would be the negative direction. We are just assuming it, we can take the otherwise as well. So we are assuming this to be the positive direction, so this would be the negative direction. So what is happening, that this is the y component of the momentum, which is mv sin 30 in the downward direction, okay, before this ball hits the wall. And after hitting the ball, this y component of the momentum is still mv sin 60 towards the downward direction. So neither the magnitude nor the direction of the y component is changing. So here change in y component of the momentum is 0. You can see here that the magnitude as well as the direction of the y component of the momentum is same, is constant, it is not changing. So the change in the y component of the momentum before and after a strike is 0. So what we need to do, we need to take the difference of the x component alone, because here y component is not changing. So this is the final value of momentum, this is the initial value of the momentum. So we need to take the difference of these two values, okay. So what we can say, this is the Pf final momentum and this is the Pi initial momentum. So change in momentum is given by is defined as the impulse. This is equal to final momentum minus initial momentum. This would be equal to the final momentum is mv cos 60, mv cos 60 minus initial momentum. Initial momentum is minus mv cos 60. Okay, so this would be minus mv cos 60. So from here, mv cos 60, this minus and minus will become plus mv cos 60. So this is equals to 2 times of mv cos 60 The value of cos 60 is 1 by 2. So this is 2 mv into cos 60 can be replaced as 1 by 2. This 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So the impulse imparted by the ball on the ball would be m times v. So let me quickly revise this question. Here what is happening? A ball of mass m is striking with a velocity v and making an angle of 60 degree with the normal of the ball. Without losing its speed, the ball is reflected with an angle of 60 degree with the normal to this ball. Now we are asked to find the impulse imparted. So from the Newton's second law, the impulse is defined as the change in momentum. So here what we need to do, we need to find the final momentum as well as the initial momentum. Momentum is defined as the mass time velocity, which is a vector quantity. So because this is a vector quantity, if there's a direction or if there's an angle in which this ball is striking, so what we need to do, we need to take the component of the momentum, and then only we can we can take the difference. So this figure is representing the ball before this ball hits the wall, and this figure is representing the reflection of ball from the wall. So this is the velocity v, this angle is 60. So the momentum in the x direction would be mv cos 60, in the y direction would be mv sin 60. Similarly, when this ball is reflected with the velocity v, its x component would be mv cos 60, y component would be mv sin 60. We can assume one direction as the positive, so we are assuming this as the positive direction. So ultimately this will become the negative one, because these two are the opposite to each other. Now here we can see that the y component of the momentum is not changing in its magnitude as well as in the direction, because this is the y component of the momentum downwards. Similarly, this is the y component of the momentum which is still in the downward direction. So here there's no change is taking place in the y component of the momentum. So here the total, or here the difference is 0 in the y component. So to find the impulse, what we will do, we will simply take the difference of the x component of the momentum. So final impulse is the final minus initial momentum. Final momentum is mv cos 60 minus initial momentum is minus mv cos 60. Simply what we did, we simply put the value of cos 60 as half, and we get the value of impulse as mv. And if we match our answer with the option, so option A would be the correct one. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video.